What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream where we just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I just finished uploading my video grading UFC 290. I'll release it at some point during the live stream probably. It's already late. I wanted to get it out earlier. I just didn't have an opportunity. So that's uploaded. It's ready to go. Processed. Everything's good to go. Title, description. And it's a good one. It's a good one. I really enjoyed it. It's 19 minutes long. It ended up being longer than I thought it would be. But the How Good is UFC 290 is up. Let's see. How long have I been doing that for? I'm an idiot. Let me search something. How good. I've been doing that since... I'm basically doing it since the inception of the channel, but not on a regular basis. Abus Sean final prediction. We're going to go through full card predictions in a little bit. What's up, John O? Thank you guys for joining me in the dead of the night. Or at least on the East Coast. In the dead of the night. It's midnight. It's midnight. It's midnight. I'll be live. Nearly in MMA Joey After Dark territory. You're right, dude. We're close to MMA Joey After Dark. All right. You guys may get some wild, crazy shit out of me tonight. I'm an absolute. As soon as it hits the stroke of midnight, I'm just an absolute madman. I'm an absolute madman. All right. That's basically how it goes. Let's take a look. Oh, my thumbnails used to be so ugly back in the day. I did. You know the How Good at videos came from the second ever video on the channel, kind of morphed from that. So, which is crazy. UFC 262. Feed Neil Magny to JDM on 1 week's notice. I beg. Maybe might be somebody else, or I don't know. What's up, Bishop? What's up, Jackson? What's up, John? What's up, Derek? What's up, Tyler? What's up, Keanu? What's going on? I don't know why you guys are up, but I guess it is what it is. It's Friday, which is sweet. Tomorrow, I think the prelims start at 4, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go take a look. Let me take a look. Strickland versus Abus Magomedov. Prelims. Ismail Bonfim. 4 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm up because it's 9 p.m. on the West Coast. True. What's up, Giants fan? How would Chandler go versus Holloway in 3-rounder? I feel like Chandler would KO him. Chandler's too big, too strong. I think Chandler would KO him. Plus, if Chandler wanted to wrestle him, he could. And Max wouldn't be able to do anything about it. I'm up because it's 9 p.m. Okay, I read that. What's good? What's up, Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm also not sure, but I feel like Gamrot is the perfect fight for Chandler. I'd take Chandler 8 out of 10 times. Yeah, I don't know. Gamrot has good cardio in wrestling, but I don't know if it would work against Chandler. Because Chandler's just such a good defensive wrestler. But if he can wear him down, it depends if it was 5 rounds. If 5 round, I might take Gamrot. Kevin Lee fed to the Wolves. Sink or swim. Kevin Lee thrown in the deep end. Time to sink or swim, boy. Time to sink or swim. Bro, Chandler won't let it go. I know, dude. He's so desperate. So desperate for that McGregor matchup. It's bad. It's real bad. Why hasn't Jamal Hill fight been announced? I'd like to see Adesanya fight him as the main event in Australia. I don't know what's good. I think they're waiting for UFC 290 now. I think they're waiting to see what happens at UFC 290 first. That's why. But it's weird because if Jamal Hill's fighting Yuri, you think they would already announce it by now. Whether it be in October or September. Joey, how does Aljo do against Yair or Volk? I think he loses to both of them. He definitely gets slaughtered by Volkanovski. There's no way he's taking down Volkanovski. Yair's a little bit of a different question because Yair does have suspicious grappling, but he never accepts the position. So I don't know if Aljo going up in weight, if he's going to be able to get through the kicks of Yair to take him down and control him. Who's Kevin fighting? Who are you talking about? But yeah, I think Aljo definitely loses to Volk. He has a slight chance against Yair. What's next for Kevin Lee if he loses tomorrow? They'll probably give him another up-and-comer to slaughter him. How soon will Jan shoot in for a takedown against Alex? I don't think that early. I think maybe a couple minutes in. Chandler's so desperate for the public restroom treatment that he is. You think JDM will get a late notice replacement? Yes, I do. It'll either be Neil Magny, Kevin Holland, or Chris Curtis. Neil Magny, Kevin Holland, Chris Curtis. One of those three is probably going to happen. I'd much rather see Sterling versus Ortega than Volk versus Sterling. Dude, Volk versus Sterling I have no interest in. Joey, I weighed in at 128 for my fight tomorrow. Are you missing the card tomorrow, dude? But congrats. 128, dude. You're a little pipsqueak, huh? How does Pedro Munoz versus Chito Vera go? I think Pedro outclasses him. I'd probably go Chito. I don't know. That's a tough matchup to pick. I don't know. I hate that Holland wants to fight. It's a clear cash grab. He ain't winning. Dude, people keep saying Holland's the BMF. Dude, like, just taking short notice fights and losing makes you a BMF, I guess. I don't know. You made a video today saying Holland was fighting JDM today, but I misread it and it wasn't official yet. Yeah, it's not even close to official. Did you delete the video? You only make shorts, right? Yeah, I'm looking right now. I don't see anything. What's weird is it doesn't tell you a date on these. Last short you have is Vera Sandhagen. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Moving up the card. Okay. It was on TikTok, but I had to explain to everyone the fight wasn't booked yet. Makes sense. Where are you from, Joey? Wouldn't you like to know? In the comments. Blagoy should be higher up the... Okay. Now that we've heard that... I hate that Holland wants to fight against... Yeah, it's a clear cash grab for sure. Got to respect Holland for always accepting fights. Yeah, but he's just accepting fights to lose. Yeah, I'll miss the card tomorrow, but that's all right. A lot of the boys from the gym are fighting as well. It's going to be crazy hot 108, and the venue was hot in December, so 108, my goodness. Damn, that's crazy. Dude's going to die of a heart attack from the heat stroke. Joey, today marks the halfway point of the calendar year. What have you found most surprising so far in 2023 as a UFC fan? What have I found most surprising this year? I don't know. What am I most shocked by? There's stuff I want to keep saying, but then I'm like, no, I'm not. I was going to say, oh, Conor versus Chandler still isn't booked, but no, I'm not shocked by that. I'm not surprised by that. I am surprised that I don't know. I can't think of anything. Rose moving up, yeah, but did I really care about that? It's not like I cared enough to really be surprised, but that was surprising. I'm trying to think of something more notable than that. There has to be something that I didn't expect coming into the year that is going on right now. Like you wouldn't have guessed it at the end of last year. Colby getting a title shot. There it is. I'm most surprised Colby getting a title shot in 2023 without even fighting. See, I expected Jones to win, so I don't really think that's it. Maybe here's another one. Khamzat Chimaev has yet to fight. Oh, dude, put it in the chat right as I said that. I know the chat's a little bit delayed. I said that before that chat came up. That chat came up right after I said that. So, Joey straight out of Compton, exactly. Joey can't wait for the Holly Holm card. Yeah, it's going to be a barn burner. Yeah. Why hasn't Jones versus Stipe and Leon Colby been announced yet? Stuff going on behind the scenes. Chimaev has passport visa issues. That's what it seems like, but we don't have any straight answers. When do you think Dana started sniffing the white stuff? He's been doing it probably for a while. Joey lives in a safe house with Colby and Gregory Gillespie. Yeah. Maybe they brought back the BMF belt. That's another one. But honestly, nothing Dana does in terms of corniness shocks me. So, nothing in terms of corniness shocks me. Dude really said Blagoy versus Romanov should be higher on the card. Shame on you. Shame on you. What an embarrassment that is. Can you imagine thinking that's okay to say? Can you imagine? I can't. I mean, that's crazy wild. I mean, seriously. Shavkat Gastelum video did well. It's crazy how I don't check on some of these videos and they do so well. Almost 4,000 views. The Henry Cejudo from Marlon Vera did good last night. Almost 4,000 as well. Top 3 reasons I hate. Ooh, 7,000. Sweet, 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 sweet. Hopefully the grading UFC 290 does well as well. What's up, Fries? I see the title of a clip where it says Joey brutally exposes Michael Chandler. Yeah, lol. You should use tags in your videos. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. You buying the Bomb Fim Brothers hype? Big brother, you got next. How could you not be hyped after hearing John Anik say that? No. I think they got a good skill set, especially Ismail. But I think he's being elevated way too much off a Terrence McKinney win. Honestly, I can't believe how much support the BMF belt was getting when it was first introduced. The cult of fan base is crazy. Agreed. What's up, Joey? I'm late, but biggest surprise this year was Volk smashing Islam at the end of the fight. I didn't expect the fight to be remotely competitive. I think smashing is a bit of an exaggeration, but okay, fair enough. To win the 5th round very clearly. What's up, Chase? First, it was Dana's Luscious V. What's next? Is Camel Toe? I don't know. I think Gabriel is better than Ismail. I don't even remember anymore. I couldn't say without going back and watching both their tape. What up? What you think? You like Carolina winning tomorrow? No, I think she loses. I think she loses. I do not think she wins. She's a bump. I didn't expect more Holly Holm main events. Yeah, that surprised me and disgusted me as well. Joe, I'm getting pizza tonight, but not poverty pizza this time. What kind of pizza are you getting? We need to see Volk versus Islam 2 this year in Abu Dhabi. It's very possible. If Volk beats Yair and he calls for that rematch, it's happening. It's happening. Joe, I'm having trouble remembering how many wins Colby Covington has against welterweights currently ranked in the top 15. Insert that whiteboard meme. 0. I think it's 0. I think I counted 0. 0 wins over the current top 15 ranked welterweights. Hasn't fought in over a year. But yet, promised a title shot. Oh, dude. I love how we get the funny questions. Yeah, I don't remember how Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Chito Vera went. I don't remember how it went. So, I want Alexa Grasso to front kick, to land that front kick Abus landed on Stolfus on me. Okay. Dana constantly calling stuff gay is hilarious. There's a literally video of him making out with Tito Ortiz. Imagine what's going on behind the scenes. I've never seen that video. What is he calling gay recently? I haven't seen that. Will Poirier versus Gaethje be different fight the second time around? It's hard to know. I'll tell you this. It's going to be a savage fight. So, should be pretty crazy. Joe, what's your early prediction for Justin versus Dustin 2, and how confident are you to pick? 50-50. An early prediction is Dustin. I think he mixes in the grappling. Dude, Gaethje has no jiu-jitsu. I mean, seriously. I mean, Justin Gaethje offers less off his back than Jack's mom. So, why don't you have your Venom gear on 2 weeks in advance for the Holly Holm fight? Very true. Benoit Saint Denis only loss in the UFC is the worst stoppage I've ever seen. I think I watched that, but now I can't remember it. Don't tell me. I'm looking it up right now. It's too late. I think I remember saying, like, well, what the hell was that? Like, wasn't he still standing? Oh, yeah, I recently watched that, Eliza Zaleski. Yeah, I don't remember the exact exchange, but, yeah, it was a bad stoppage. Most surprising moment, honestly, might be Merab Yan. That is true. That is very true. Marlon was a stepping stone for Henry back to the title. That was an easy matchup for Henry. Very true. Very true. I never saw that before, dude. Dude really kissed him. Never saw that video before. Do you use chat GBT for anything? No. Piotr versus Marlon at 292. That's what I want. That's the only one where the ref got fired. Wait. Hold on a second. Now I got to look this up. And I know I just recently watched it, but I watched so many fights at this point, I can't remember what's what anymore. Eliza Zaleski dos Santos. Yeah, dude, this was horrible. It should have got stopped at the end of the second, right? And then he has him down on the ground. Dude, Benoit Saint Denis has taken so much damage. And then he takes the point at the end. So it's really the worst non-stoppage because it didn't even get stopped. I thought... See, I was thinking of a different fight then. But I did recently watch this. Dude, Eliza Zaleski is a savage. But, gee, it was in the second round. It was in the second round that was the most damage done. When it clearly should have been stopped. Dude was the Walking Dead. Just spamming on take. Dude was just getting hit. Yeah, that ref's garbage. Yeah, it didn't even get stopped. It went full. It went to full 3. Who does Jalen Turner fight if he beats Hooker? Fiziev? I'd like to see the Fiziev matchup, or Beneil Dariush matchup, or Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier loser matchup, or Michael Chandler matchup. Any of those. Do you think a fight will be confirmed for Islam before 291? I'll say no. Honestly, Kamaru versus JDM, even though it doesn't really make sense that much, but Kamaru's on a losing streak, and there's no contenders for JDM to fight. What do you think? Hell, I would love it. I love throwing like up and coming contenders against the elite of the elite and just throwing them into the fire. But it's not going to happen. Turner versus anyone would be good. Agreed. Who do you think's the best featherweight of all time? It's got to be Volkanovski. If you had to experience a break-in one night, how you get to pick any current active UFC fighter to be the one to break in? Which one would you try and deal with for the best, safest outcome? Juliana Miller. I'd whoop her ass bad. Turner versus Zeev, to me, is like a sniper versus a shotgun. Who's the shotgun? Who's the shotgun? I'm assuming Turner would be the shotgun. Did you stop answering non-MMA questions? What did you ask, dude? I think I answered your question. Killer Miller, man, that would be scary. Yeah, I'd Boston grab her. They could do Armin versus Benny or Armin versus Gamrot 2 or Fiziev versus Benny. Dude, I think Armin versus Benny makes a lot of sense because that was the fight we should have originally saw if Armin didn't get robbed. I know it wasn't really a robbery, but still. Miller got that CTE striking, in my opinion. She's from that Juliana Pena striking. I just feel like Fiziev's more accurate versus Jalen Turner's just kind of wild and crazy. He's a wild and crazy man. But fair enough. Yuri or Jamal? Back and forth, Jamal. Can you expand on this Costa situation? His rep was like saying he's getting $1 million. I don't know. He came out. He came out and said that originally there was a deal, and then it was Paul Costa, I think, was on the MMA Hour and said it's not official yet. So who knows what's actually going on? The truth's probably somewhere in the middle. Juliana Miller is the least intimidating fighter I've ever seen outside of McKinney. Okay, fair enough. Joey, do you have any friends in your personal life that you can talk MMA with? I don't really. So this channel is pure gold. Not really, honestly. I have a couple friends that watch MMA, but kind of casual, you know. So a little bit here and there. But nobody, you know, nobody like this chat that gets me like this chat, you know. But yeah, that's what's awesome about the channel. I mean, now I don't need friends to talk MMA with because I got you guys. I mean, think about it. You guys understand, follow every little aspect of the sport just like I do, which is crazy. So basically, it's one of the reasons that I kind of started the channel in general, just because like the fights would be over. I don't enjoy watching like interviews and stuff. So the fights would be over and I'm like, oh, this was so good. And then it's just like, okay, got to lay down and go to bed now. I remember I'd just stay up and be like thinking about the fights. I know that sounds crazy, but you know, just kind of digesting them, and I'd rewatch them sometimes right afterwards and watch them. I'd usually watch all the fights the next day. And like for the rewatch. So this channel for me is perfect now because it's almost like I'm emptying my brain of all the MMA discussion I'd like to have. And also, I see a lot of clowns in the MMA community with a lot of clownish opinions, and it used to just irk me. Oh, it used to irk me bad. Be like, why isn't nobody saying this? Why isn't nobody saying this? Why isn't anybody saying this? And guess what? Now I don't have to think that anymore because guess what? I can go make a video and say it my damn self, which just gives me the utmost pleasure. So it's awesome. It's awesome. It's like before I was basically being blue balled. I had all this MMA knowledge in my head, all these thoughts about different fights and stuff going on, and then, you know, basically I was just talking to my fiance about it, who's a big fan and watches as well, but just not the hardcore like I am. So This chat is awesome. The community is awesome, and it's only going to keep growing and growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and providing more pleasure and getting longer and getting more ample and getting girthier. Well, wait a second. Pause. But you get the point. I appreciate all you guys who tune into these streams, ask questions, debate, you know, and it's a good time. It's a good time. And it's only going to keep growing. It's only going to keep growing to a larger size, you know. Right now it may be small and flaccid. I mean, just small, but it's going to grow even bigger. Where was I at now? Great question. Great. Jackson coming with the heavy questions right now. With the heavy questions. Do you think there's a good chance John Jones never fights again? I think it's possible. Who's getting Izzy next? It's impossible to know right now. If I had a gun to my head, at one point, gun to my head, I would have said Jamal Hill. But now, gun to my head, I'm going to say Robert Whittaker. Rate Gamrot striking. It's not very good. Have you ever illegally streamed a pay-per-view in the past, Joey? No, I have not. I'm trying to think if I ever have. Nope. When I first became a fan, I used to always go out to Buffalo Wild Wings. I used to get there early, too. Because it used to get, like, busy and stuff. So, if the pay-per-view started at 10, I'd get there and watch the prelims and everything. Not every prelim, but I'd watch a couple prelims at home. Prelims start at 8 p.m. usually on the East Coast. The main prelims on ESPN. I'd usually get there about, like, 8 or 9. And I'd sit there till about 1. So, I'd wait, like, an hour. I'd order, like, an appetizer or something. And then order food and then eat before like the main fights. And it used to be a good time. And then Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't think I've been to Buffalo Wild Wings for a fight since like... I remember I pinpointed it at one point in time. UFC... List of UFC events. I'll just go list of UFC events. I can pinpoint the last time I've been to Buffalo Wild Wings for an event. I'll be able to figure it out based on this list. Somewhere in like 2017, I want to say. Maybe 2018. Let's go 2017. UFC 220. Okay, 2018. Okay, the UFC just started UFC 220. That's 2018. UFC 220, I ordered UFC 221. Maybe. I don't know though. UFC 222, probably. Yeah, it was probably UFC 222. UFC 223, I definitely ordered. 224. Maybe 224? Yeah, I think it was 224. Nunes versus Pennington. I think that's the last time I went to Buffalo Wild Wings for a fight. Let me take a look. Whittaker Romero 2, definitely ordered. Miocic Cormier, definitely ordered. Dillashaw Garbrandt 2, definitely ordered. Yep. UFC 224 was the last time. It's been over 5 years. That's wild. Just finished my first day of my new job, waiting for that paycheck so I can hit my favorite YouTuber with a dono. Well, I hope your favorite YouTuber enjoys that dono. I don't know if that's me or not, but appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Axel Fox. Okay, where was I at? Now I lost my position. But yeah, I used to always order the pay-per-view. So the way I started watching the fights, I've told this story a million times, but there's a lot of people who maybe just started watching in the last 6 months or so, but I've told this story a million times. I always wanted to get into MMA. I was kind of aware of it, but I wasn't like following it. And I just had nobody to like start watching it with or anything like that. And I wasn't like going to just order pay-per-views just to order pay-per-views. And plus I'm like 15 years old, 14 years old. And you know, I didn't have, you know, whatever it was. I think it was $50 at the time to order pay-per-view. And I always wanted to get into it. And then one of my buddies hit me up for UFC 114 and said, "Hey man, you wanna go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch the fight?" And I said, "Yeah, let's go." So we got there and it was just packed. It was crazy packed. We got there, they were like, "There's no seats." So I said, because it was getting close to the fights were gonna start, and I said, "Look, you know, I got a family member that lives around the corner. We'll go there. We'll order the fights and watch them there. We'll split it." You know, I think I was, like maybe like 10, 15 minutes away. And so we went there. We ordered UFC 114. We split it. Wasn't the greatest card ever. Wasn't the greatest card ever. And then after that, let me go all the way back to that. After that, I ordered 115, 116. Started ordering with like a group of people, all the same kind of friends. There was a couple that added. Ordered 117. And I was still not necessarily a hardcore up until like UFC 117. And even 117, I credit that with making me a hardcore. But then there was a couple of these events I missed. And then I jumped back in for like Lesnar versus Velasquez. I don't know why I said Suez. Then I missed some of these ones. And then I watched St. Pierre versus Koscheck. And then I missed Silva versus Belfort live, believe it or not. I think it was on a tape delay, I want to say, and I didn't want to see it that way, but I can't remember for sure. And then pretty much after, I want to say UFC 134, I've watched every single pay-per-view since UFC 134. Because I think I missed 133. 134, which is crazy. That was 12 years ago. I've seen Jones Rampage. Yeah, I'm looking at this. Now, granted, I missed one pay-per-view like a couple years ago. So, but like I actually watched it still after the fact. But it was just not the greatest pay-per-view on paper. And, you know, I had to work that night. And I wasn't doing anything. And I was getting paid well. So I said, you know what? I'll just go to work. Okay, where was I at? 3 leg kicks from Volk or body kick from Leon Edwards? 0. Is Gregor back there? What are you talking about? At some point, I want to start my own channel because there's so many talking points I would like to express, but I don't have the means to. I couldn't talk MMA every day. You mean you could? Okay, you could talk. Dude, do it then. Why don't you just do it right now? I mean, you're not going to get a lot of viewers right away, so just start doing it and slowly improve. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. So just do it, dude. Just do it. You know? Abola, I can't pronounce it, but thank you for becoming a member. Abola, I'm going to say that. Thank you for becoming a member. I greatly appreciate your support, my friend. If anybody else wants to become a member, the link is in the description. It's $3 a month. Appreciate you. But yeah, do it, Jeremiah. Even if you do like one video a week, dude. What I did, and I've told this story a million times on my channel as well. When I started my channel, I wanted to start it for so damn long. And I just didn't do it. And I just kept putting it off and not doing it. So finally, when I made my channel, I started my channel. I said, you know what? It's awkward as hell. But guess what? I'm just going to put out as many videos as possible. I did not give a shit about anyone watching them or not. And I know, granted, you want to get views on YouTube, but I didn't care. My only goal was every single video to get better and better. Whether it's better visuals, whether it's better audio, whether it's better just overall presentation of being able to speak in front of a camera, whether it's better editing skills, better thumbnails, better titles, better descriptions, learning all those different things. You can't just, I mean, I've researched YouTube for years and years and years and always wanted to do it. I want to start a channel in like 2013, 2014. I didn't do it till 2021. Imagine where I'd be if I started then, you know? And imagine the back catalog of videos we'd have. But the thing is, you can't, people start channels and they think they're going to get overnight success, and it just does not work that way. You're not going to get any views. I was making videos and I was spending a lot of my time making videos to get 20 views, 10 views, you know, 50 views. I was like, oh shit, 50 views. Oh. I was pulling the Joe Rogan. I was like 50 views. I remember one time I got like 100 views. I was like, oh shit. Business is picking up. And so dude, I mean, it doesn't hurt. What do you care? Like, the thing that bothers me is I didn't do it just because it's like one of those things like, I got to figure out all this tech and I got to learn how to, like, I didn't even know how to upload a video on YouTube when I first started. I didn't no idea how to edit anything. And it's like one of those things where it's so much to do and then it's like awkward getting in front of a camera, and it's awkward trying to get your thoughts out in an easy to understand manner. And it's like, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me in real life. You know, I don't care what anyone thinks. I mind my own business. I wish everyone success and I move on my merry way. So why should I care what someone thinks if they watch a video of me? What are they going to do? They're going to call me ugly. They're going to call me fat. They're going to say I'm dumb. They're saying I don't know how to pronounce names. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. So don't let, you know, maybe the fear of someone criticizing you or talking shit to you, don't let it stop you. You shouldn't care what anyone thinks, especially online idiots. I certainly don't. You know, I know some people say, oh, Joe, you're mad at this, mad at that. If you knew me in real life, you hung out with me in real life, there was literally no line that me and my friends won't cross talking shit about each other. And we've been doing this for as long as I've been alive. You know what I mean? So, but, you know, that's what one thing that does suck about YouTube, because there is people, I understand there is people that are sensitive about certain things. I know you necessarily aren't. I'm not saying you are. But I feel bad because there's people out there that are sensitive about that type of stuff, and YouTube comment sections are ruthless. You know, they're going to come at everything. They're going to come at everything. Your weight, your appearance, your hairline, your voice, your pronunciations, everything. And you just got to accept it. Who cares? I mean, who cares what some anonymous person online says about you? But anyway, I've talked about your comment for like 5 minutes now. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And we have a self-promotion tab in the Discord. So you can pick up a couple subscribers there, you know. Dude, imagine if Joey just quit the channel after 100 videos because he wasn't pulling any views. I wouldn't have got to meet any of y'all. Thank God Joey kept believing in himself. Exactly. I said, you know what? I honestly thought, look, we just hit the 2-year anniversary not that long ago, okay? I honestly thought in my head, in 2 years, maybe I'll hit 1,000. I genuinely thought that. I said 2 years, 1,000 subscribers in 2 years is my goal, okay? That was my goal. And at the 2-year mark, I had almost 10,000. So, yeah, I mean, it's that, you seen that picture where it's a guy digging and digging and digging, and he stops and he turns around right before he hits gold or hits the diamonds, you know. You never know. Imagine I stopped right now and said, look, I'm not making all that great of money. I'm making some money off it now. I don't feel like I'm completely wasting my time. But imagine I'm like, you know what? I'm spending a lot of time. I'm spending more than 40 hours a week on my YouTube channel. I'm not making like, you know, a good income. What if I just quit right now? I don't know. In a year, we could have 100K. And I'll look back on the stream and I'll say, holy shit. I remember at one point in time, I had two people watching my stream. I had 2 people watching my stream. Now I got 87 right now, and that's not even like the max that we've had. We've had well over 100. We had like 400 one time. You know, it's slowly growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. One of my favorite lines. And it's better to have tried and to have failed rather than to regret never trying at all. So, there you go. That's my inspiration. I hope Jeremiah is just like making his channel right now. I don't see him in the chat. He's just making his channel as we speak. He's about to upload his first video. I made my channel and uploaded my first video the very same day. Within like 10 minutes of each other. I said, you know what? I got this shit. I'm a Boston Crab this motherfucker. I never had BWs, but I'm going to try it for the first time after all of our fights tomorrow. Well, good luck, dude. Good luck. They've gone downhill. Pronounce it like ravioli. Abioli? Abioli? Is that it? Joey's so inspirational. Almost brought a tear to my eye. Hey, man. Don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. I swear, that one isn't one of my favorites. One of my favorite ones is the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Right this second. Because look, so many people say, oh, I'm going to start it next week or I'm going to start it next month. And then a week turns into a month turns into a year turns into 5 years. You know? Imagine. And I don't regret it at all because it is what it is. The journey that happened brought me to where I am now. But imagine how I started in 2013. Imagine where the channel would be now. I'd have been early. Pronounce it like raviola. Oh, did I misread it? Ravioli. Raviola. Abiola. Abiola. There you go. I think I got it. Do you believe the deciding factor for a win in Islam versus Charles 2 is whoever gets dropped first? I don't know, dude. I got to think about it. So, to avoid criticism, do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. Fair enough. And plus, your analysis is very good, Joey, so never give up something you know you're very good at, even if it takes time. That's true. That is very true. What's up, JJ Smoke? What's up, Apple Pie? Yair versus Topuria would be so fun. Yair versus Topuria would be so fun. What do you think about the Tashiro Taira at UFC 290? How do you think it will be? He will do versus Edgar Chairez coming in on short notice. He'll probably win. I got to look up Chairez. I got to look up fight tape. But he'll probably win. What is up, JJ Smoke? I already said that. Honestly, would pay-per-view buys ever go up that much with piracy on the rise? Hard to say, to be honest. Hard to say. Do you believe in God? Just curious. I'm not, like, crazy religious, but I believe in something. But I just don't know. I can't, like, nail down exactly what it would be. Joey's so inspirational, almost brought a tear to my eye. I'm glad I could do that. Marcellus Spencer. I need to figure out means of filming a video. Record it on your phone, dude. 10 minutes. Record it on your phone. Start somewhere. But make sure you turn your phone sideways. You don't want one of those little vertical johns. 10K in 2 years after 10K, the algorithm boost. Imagine where we'll be in another 2 years. Dude, well, at least in another year, at least we'll be at 20K. At the bare minimum, we'll be at 20K in another year. So, Joey's so inspirational, you almost brought a tear to my eye. Yeah. Bishop Deeds was like, sir, you brought a tear to my eye. Start calling me sir or Mr. Joey. You brought a tear to my eye. Mr. Joey, you brought a tear to my eye. Or sir, you brought a tear to my eye. Turk. I can't pronounce the first thing. Is one of the had a close fight with Clayton Carpenter in the Contender Series? Okay. I'll have to go back and rewatch it. It's been a bit. It's impossible. It's impossible to remember everything that went on. What do you think about TKZ's death date against Max Holloway? Very disappointed in the UFC for doing that. Is JDM getting another opponent for UFC 290? Was really looking forward to that fight. Big letdown. Neil Magny. Is JDM getting a replacement opponent? Neil Magny. Okay. Neil Magny. Or Kevin Holland. Or Chris Curtis. Those three. That will be the replacement. Joey, do you have Windows or Mac? I have Windows. I like Mac, though. Who do you think would win, JDM or Ian Gary? Oh, would that be a close fight? That'd be a close fight. Yeah. Let's see, what am I looking at here? One of the most brutal knockouts you'll ever see. Let's see. I'm watching this clip somebody sent in the Discord. Oh my god, dude jumped on him too. Dude jumped on him too. That was nasty. Dude looked like he was pulling a better version of what's his name? McGee. Who do you think? I would probably go JDM, but it wouldn't surprise me if I picked Ian Gary after watching some tape. But probably JDM. Don't be surprised if JDM fights Alex Morono. Morono's always the nice guy at 170 who steps up on short notice. We'll see. You heard Kevin Holland? Wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think Kevin Holland's going to happen. How'd you learn to edit and what software do you use? Trial and error, YouTube. I use Filmora for video editing. I've used a little bit of Adobe Premiere. And I Photoshop my thumbnails and Photoshop any images I put in my videos. If everyone could do me a favor and like the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. And also double check and make sure you're subscribed. We're cruising to 20,000 subscribers. So do me a favor, subscribe to the channel immediately. Don't wait. Go do it right now. He actually hit the Court McGee, the real version of the Court McGee. You think JDM would starch? I think Ian Gary's getting better, though. But I would probably go JDM. I'm going to be honest. I think JDM is one of the most... I'm very high on him. I believe JDM is one of the most overrated up-and-comers. Do you use DaVinci Resolve? No, I use Filmora. Filmora is one of the easiest editing softwares to kind of, you know, dip your toes in the water, for lack of a better saying. You know? But, yeah, I use Photoshop. Photoshop was very difficult. I want to take a Photoshop class. Photoshop is still like speaking a foreign language at this point. But I'm learning. I'm getting better. I'm learning to cut out images. I'm making a little bit better thumbnails. The text that I use, which will probably stick around forever, I love the way the text looks on the thumbnails. And also, you don't need your thumbnails to be super complex. I like to have very simple, easy to read, and easy to understand thumbnails. What do you guys think of my overall thumbnails, out of curiosity? I know you guys aren't YouTube experts, and I can't really necessarily take your advice. But, like, when you see my thumbnails, do you feel like they're intriguing enough to, like, I want to click on this? He may be overrated, but he's finishing fights correct. That is true. Joey, is Dana White a casual? I would say in some respects, but I don't know if we could call him a casual, because I think he does know a lot of the fighters and watch most of the fights, so I feel like I can't call him a casual. You're going Strickland via third round. Go Plata. We'll see. What would you be doing right now if you never started a boring YouTube channel? I'd probably be railing your grandmother right now, or your mother. That's what I'd probably be doing. She's waiting on me in the other room right now. They're both are, matter of fact. And your sister. So, but that's what I do after the stream. Okay, that's for the members only streams. Do you use OBS for streaming? OBS and StreamYard, but I usually use OBS. OBS is more versatile than StreamYard. StreamYard's better if you want to bring in extra guests. Yeah, you've got good thumbnails. Appreciate it. Dude's watching my channel. He's like, this is a boring channel. This is a boring channel. Then don't watch. Same guy who whites nights and acts outraged at Strickland's comments, makes mom jokes. I acted outraged. Really? I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. I said I do not get offended by anything. But that being said, I'm going to say that I think it's an embarrassment of what he's saying, and I think the fact that he's saying it seriously is disturbing, and maybe he has some serious mental issues. That's what I said. Okay, to act outraged. Yeah, I'm really outraged. I want him thrown in jail immediately. Yeah. So, the thumbnails are badass. I especially like the variations of background coloring, too. When you say variations of background coloring, what exactly do you mean? Like for the live stream thumbnails? Like the way I put the gradient behind me in the live stream thumbnails? I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Yeah, it's embarrassing, but he shouldn't be fired for it. Okay, and I never advocated for him to be fired. So, who would you say, what would you say the two most imperative skills to acquire are streaming and editing? If you want to start a channel, I would say. Just tech knowledge in general. There's so much shit I didn't know 2 years ago. I've learned so much now. I've learned so much. Yeah, I got to make more live stream thumbnails. I think they just make it look better in general for the live stream rather than just having a blank picture of me. I take all the pictures, just screenshot of videos. So that's why they're just variations. Does that make sense? The Real Goat video thumbnail was dope. That probably took me 2 hours to make, believe it or not, over the course of a couple days. Joey's background gradient colors in the live stream thumbnail certainly set the mood for a pleasurable evening. Yeah, we got to set the mood with the colors. We got to set the mood for the colors. Of course. For a hell of a pleasurable evening. I don't know what I need to do. Do I need to release this video now? It's damn near 1 a.m. Or should I save it for tomorrow? I'm just going to release it tomorrow. It's 1 a.m. Yeah, I'll release it tomorrow. I meant to say for YouTube channel. Yes. Tech knowledge, editing, yeah. And streaming knowledge. Sean is not mentally stable. Yeah, but that doesn't mean... See, the thing is, people make excuses for him. They're like, oh, well, Sean's not mentally stable. Clearly, okay? Sean's not mentally stable. You know, he's a fighter. He's cage fighting. Who cares? He's a cage fighter. No, to have a platform and say disturbing things like that, again, I'm not advocating for him to be cut. I know people take it that way because I put it with a question mark in my live stream title that I throw together in 10 seconds. But we should still be critical of those things, okay? I'm going to be critical of things I don't like. I'm going to be highly praising of things I do like. Doesn't make me wrong or right. You know, it's an opinion, okay? And I think too many people let him slide because they say, oh, he has mental problems. And again, what am I doing? I'm just speaking my mind. All I'm saying is I don't like what he said. I don't approve of what he said. I'm not saying he can't say it. I'm just saying I don't like it. So, that's it. That's it. It's not like I'm clutching my pearls over it. Okay? I just brought it up because it was a hot topic of conversation and I gave my honest opinion on it. You want me to lie? Yeah, I thought it was great. You know? I commit domestic violence every other day. Yeah, it's wonderful. If my wife or fiance leaves the kitchen, I smack her up. Tell her get back in there. I told her, no, you're not allowed to vote or work. You know what I mean? We can make our fair share of jokes. I don't mind jokes. But to stare dead in the camera and say some outlandish shit like that with no media pushback is embarrassing to me. You know what I mean? Imagine you're hanging out with your boys and somebody says some shit like that. Like, yeah, my girl... And I know this isn't what he said. I'm not saying this is what he said, but I'm just trying to think of something ridiculous similar to what he said. Imagine you're hanging out with one of your boys and he's like, yeah, my wife got out of line the other day and she wasn't trying to make me dinner and I punched her in the face. Well, for me, I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you stupid? That's ridiculous. I probably wouldn't talk to him anymore. I'd be like, dude, we can't be friends. You're beating your wife. You're punching her. If you're Boston crabbing her, we can talk about it. But you're punching her in the face, I would tell him he's ridiculous. You know? So... for me, that's all I'm doing. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. It's not like I'm enraged by it. I'm outraged by it. You know, I'm clutching my pearls. But, yeah, I'm just speaking my mind on what's being discussed currently in a live stream, okay? Full card picks. We're going to go over them. I do have the video on the channel if you want to check out like a more in-depth breakdown, but I will go over the full card picks here shortly. He's still salty about the Grandma Central ground and pound dentures being left on the ice, and that he is. Dude's a clown. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, if your friend said something ridiculous to you, you know what I mean? Like, I can't even think of another example, you know? He's like, or if you let's just, here's a good example. If you're over your friend's house, he starts beating his dog. For me, I'm no bitch. I'm not scared of any man. I'm not scared of any situation. I'm not scared of any awkwardness, okay? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'd probably whoop his ass. You know, I'm gonna say what I think. I can't mold what I think based on other people's opinions. That's not me. A lot of people are easily influenced by others and they're worried about awkward situations and not. No, I'm calling exactly how I am and how you guys see me on this channel is exactly how I am in real life. That's it. That's it. This is exactly who I am. I'm not playing some character. I'm not lying. You know, there's certain things that might be unpopular. I'm just going to say it just because that's what I think. I can't mold what I believe based on who may be outraged and who might not be outraged or not like what I say. I don't care. I'm not going to say things just because I think people like it. And then it's pointless. It's a mindless YouTube channel. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. That's it. All I did was speak my mind on the situation. Dude's crying about it. Sounds like you need to start your own YouTube channel and go out in support of him. I think that's what we were talking about. I don't even know. Double upload tomorrow? What do you mean by double up? I guess it'll be double upload because there'll be a post-fight. Plus a stream. Thank God my girl has a Boston crab fetish. Yeah. Yeah, Jackson. Never mind. I thought of something completely disturbing, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to say it right now. I'm not even going to say it. You think the UFC is going to have a talk with Sean? He was held out of pocket today, and we compare it to Ja Morant in the NBA. They were way more strict than the UFC. I don't know. I don't until he says something crazy. I mean, he's already said he's going to have to say something even crazier. I don't think the UFC cares. But if he starts to get a little bit more wild and he starts talking about a little bit more controversial topics, which I don't know how much worse you can get than saying, yeah. And saying it with a serious tone, too. Like, yeah, I don't think any women should be able to vote or have a job. And say it seriously. That's the problem I have with it. Maybe. But at the end of the day, Sean Strickland is just a means to the end. Sean Strickland can headline a card. He'll get some attention. He'll get some clicks. He's a power slap fighter of the UFC. And the second he starts to lose and it's no longer conducive to the UFC, they'll cut ties quick. He starts to lose 2, 3, 4 fights in a row, you'll say adios. So, Joey, does it get awkward when Jack's father walks in? He doesn't walk in. He sits in a chair in the corner. Beating a dong for no good reason is a big no-no. Exactly. Someone might have been asking, yeah, I know. I said I'm going to do full card picks in a minute. I'd be scared to beat a girl I'm dating nowadays because she might be into it. Okay. As a local Floridian, Sean Strickland embodies the crazy Florida man persona in Florida. He'd fit in so well here. Florida needs Sean Strickland. Fair enough. You don't know anything worse than advocating women be... Dude, so now you're twisting his words into something else. So basically, you're just a bitch. I'd make you my bitch if we were in real life right now. Okay? I'd make you sit at home. And you wouldn't be cherished. You'd just be cleaning some dishes. Have you ever been into a fight? I get into fights every single day. I'm out there scrapping. I fly to Mexico at least twice a week for some backyard brawls. You know, I took out Kimbo Slice at one point in time. He's joking. Well, he didn't say he's joking. He didn't laugh about it at all. So, you think he's in Las Vegas? I don't know where he lives. No, he lives in Las Vegas. You're right. Yep, he does. I mean, saying women shouldn't be working is definitely one of the dumbest things you can say. Exactly. See, my problem isn't that he said it. It's that he said it seriously. And then I know the MMA community, and there's a large portion of the MMA community that is just dumb men who never touched a woman, who hate women because they can't get a woman. And so like, yeah, these women nowadays think they can do whatever they want. They think they can go out there work. They think they can say no to me. I'm an incel, and I think I'm an Elliot Rodger. You know, I'm not going to get into any more of that. But I'm an Elliot Rodger, and I'm going to take it out on them. You know, and they're like, yeah, Sean's got a point. The reason Sean is popular among the MMA community is because he says things that they wish they could say out loud, that they wish they had a platform. And my thing is, if Sean does believe these things, okay, there's a lot of people that believe these things that hide in the shadows, okay? My thought process always is, if you believe it, then speak it. I hate when people, regardless if I agree with their opinion or not, I hate when people beat around the bush and they don't say what they really mean. You will never hear that from me. I say what I always mean, okay? I say what I think. I'm not beating around the bush because I'm worried about criticism. And, you know what I mean? You may not always agree with me, but at least you understand where I'm coming from. At least you know I'm being honest. There's far too many YouTubers in general. I'm not saying MMA YouTubers. I'm just saying YouTubers in general. I'll click on a video. I'm like, okay, this guy's putting on an act. This isn't even really him. So there's a lot of the MMA community out there that have never been with a woman, never touched a woman, who hate women. And they're like, yeah, I wish it was 1940s again so I could whoop my wife, so I could, you know, just snatch a woman off the street and force her to become my wife and keep her in the kitchen for the rest of her life. I think that's an embarrassment, you know? If you have a mother that you love, a grandmother that you love, a daughter that you love, a fiance or a wife or girlfriend that you love, and you're like, yeah, it needs to go back to 1940s. Yeah, that's just weird to me, in my opinion, you know? And it's just weird to me. It's not even, to go another layer deep, it's not even weird that he's saying it. I mean, it's disturbing and weird that he's saying it, but it's not, the weird part to me is there's no pushback. There's no pushback. Whoo. Guys, I'm going to go post something in the Discord right now. Exclusive content right now. Exclusive content right now. Check the Discord ASAP. ASAP. Let me go to the Discord. Hey, check the Discord ASAP. Breaking news tab. Breaking news. Don't say nothing in the chat, though. Don't say nothing in the chat. This is just for Discord. That's pretty crazy. There you go. Check out the Discord app for exclusive info. Anyway. But keep that to the Discord, all right? Anyway, look, guys, it's not the end of the world that Sean Strickland is saying these things. I just think in a world where a lot of people say a lot of ridiculous things and then there's no pushback, especially among the MMA community. We see it all the time with Dana White. I almost feel like it's my obligation. I have to speak my mind on it, you know? So, it's just the way it is. Sean was talking about people not winning wars. I didn't watch the whole thing, dude. I didn't watch it. What was your favorite year of the UFC? I'm not sure. Nobody jokes about that in front of the MMA media. What are we talking about there? I might have forgot. I forgot half of what I said. Yeah, we're going on a members vacation to Russia. We booked it. Yeah, if you guys don't know, if you become a member for $3 a month, we go on at least 2 vacations per year out of the country. So, all expenses paid. So, become a member today. Link is in the description. What's up, Maza? We already went to Brazil earlier this year. Yeah, we saw the famous statue. Sean's basically lamenting the loss of the ability of an average man like Homer Simpson to work at a factory job and pay for the house and plus 4 kids. Okay. Whatever you want to twist, I just go off what I hear. I don't twist people's words into other things. I'm not bending myself into pretzels to make sense of it. So, Song versus Font, Aljo versus Sean, Umar versus Corey, rank by interest. Umar versus Corey, Aljo versus Sean, Song versus Font, but I love all of them. So, thank you for the $1.99. It's facts. Children would benefit from women staying home. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a woman staying home. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not debating whether or not it's beneficial or not. I don't know where you've heard that. But thank you for the $1.99. So, but I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Nobody's debated that. Holland versus Jack Della Maddalena and Michael Chiesa would be such a big big payday for him. I don't think it's going to be Holland. Is tomorrow going to be one of the better fight nights of the year or not? Yes. On paper it is. Yeah, but if anybody else wants to tell me I'm wrong about Sean Strickland, make sure you send it via Super Chat, all right? Otherwise, I don't believe you even mean it. I think you're just trolling. We will be training Sambo in the Russian gym. Yeah, we're going to stop by Dagestan as well. We're going to stop by Dagestan. Where's all the cool shirts you used to wear? I miss them all the time. Sean is an incel, and the people defending him are also incels. Ignore them. Dude, they're the Elliot Rodgers. For now on, the Sean we like to give nicknames out on the channel. The Sean Strickland fan base is the Elliot Rodger fans. That's what they're called, the Elliot Rodger fans. Joe, if you were in Abu Dhabi, would you get to the UFC to make Hamzat versus Shavkat? What would you do to get the UFC to make Hamzat versus? I'd take Dana White in the public restroom. What do you want with me? I don't know what I do. I don't really have any influence, whether I'm in Abu Dhabi or I'm in the United States or I'm in Brazil. I mean, I don't mean that rudely. I don't have any. I don't have any pull, you know. I'd wear a Rumble T-shirt, maybe. Start saying how much I love Power Slap. Slowly infiltrate Dana White's inner circle. What do you want me telling you? What do you want me to tell you, my friend? Could you beat up Dana? Sure. Sure. Lightweight is super stacked, but the division is moving way slow, isn't it? It seems like it. It seems like it. Give me 1 second. Keep the questions coming. Guys, do me a favor and like the stream. Do me a favor and like the stream if you have not already. There's almost 100 people in here. We got 38 likes. Hold on 1 second. All right. Now I said if you were Abu Dhabi, like if you were the prince with the oil money, I would make an offer they could not refuse. I'd make it an offer. I like how I thought you said if you were in Abu Dhabi. Top of the welterweight seems the most slow division. Yes, dude. The top of welterweight has been just a clownish division for the longest time, with no movement. He's scheduling. Okay, I don't even know what that means. Sure, so confident. Dana shaking. Yeah, I whoop Dana bad. I'd whoop Dana as bad as I would whoop Adaman. Adatan. I don't know how the hell he pronounces your YouTube name. What a profile picture you got. What is that, your dirty room? If Strickland loses again, he might really have to try stand up. That's crazy. Could we possibly see JDM versus Alex Morono? He usually stays in fight shape. We're not having a fight book. I doubt it. I doubt it. Again, I said this earlier in the chat. I think top 3. Neil Magny, Kevin Holland, Chris Curtis. Who wins, JDM or Jeff Neal? I would have to go Jeff Neal right now. How many phone calls have you gotten from Zuckerberg this week? My phone's been ringing off the hook. Why are you more interested in Umar versus Corey than Aljo versus Sean? I know who's going to win Aljo versus Sean most likely. I don't know who wins Umar versus Corey, and Umar's getting a massive jump up in competition. So I knew it. You knew what? The Zuckerberg phone calls? Yeah, he told me to let you guys know. He wants to fight. Guys, I tweeted this out earlier today. By the way, if you do not follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MMAJoeyC. And I tweeted out earlier today. Imagine how quick Dana White will switch up on the Musk versus Zuckerberg fight if they decide to do it and cut him out of it. So that means they do it on their own. They run it on their own. They have nothing to do with the UFC, nothing to do with Dana White. Imagine how quick Dana will start talking. Oh, who wants to watch two old men fight each other with no skills? And who wants to watch? What a gimmick fight that was. We don't. That's not what we do here. Imagine how quick he would switch up if he wasn't getting any of that profit. Dude's a snake oil salesman. Hold on a second. 1 second. I just remembered something. Dude's a snake oil salesman. Do you know if they told him they weren't going to have anything to do with him? You know how quick Dana would start trashing it? Nobody wants to see that. Who wants to see that matchup? That's the way it would be. That's the way it would be. Dana should take a degree from business school. Okay. I heard Snoop Dogg does some MMA. Could we start seeing celebrity fights? Ew. No. UFC 292 early predictions. Aljo, Whaley, Piotr, if he steps in. Yudong, Ian, Brad Tavares, Mario, Andre Pajowski. What about you? Aljo, Whaley, Piotr, Yudong, Neil, Tavares, Mario, and Petrosky. It's weird that I know every single one of those matchups off the top of my head, too. Is Barber going to face the winner of Rose Fior? Hopefully not. Ew. Ew. Dana's probably going to be like, I'm making this fight to make MMA more popular so I can pay my fighters more. Dude, imagine how quick he would start trashing the Musk versus Zuckerberg fight if they cut him out of the profits. Oh my God, it'd be glorious. It would be, I would literally cream myself. I would cream, that's a new meme on the channel. I would cream myself if Dana White, if Musk, let me put it this way. If Musk versus Zuckerberg happens and they cut Dana White in the UFC completely out of it, I'm going to buy it 25 times on every device that I have. Just out of spite to Dana White. Nah, I'm kidding. I wouldn't buy it. Jim Miller should be on the Elon. Stop. You like Chris Curtis versus JDM? Yeah, it would be a good fight. Great fight. All I'm saying is I chin Zuckerberg with 1-1. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're talking about subscribers versus Musk right now. Okay. What else did I miss? Let's see. How much money could we make for charity if Bezos to fight a pack of Wildcats? I don't know. You think Cejudo got injured so he can take another fight? I think Cejudo, and I should have said this in my video, but I was kind of tired and I made it and whatever. I think Cejudo would have been willing to fight for the title injured, but he's just not willing to fight Chito Vera injured. It's not a big enough fight for him to fight injured on. He's not fighting for a belt. He'd rather wait and fight Marab or something. Which fight was Greg Hardy's best? He almost beat Tai Tuivasa, but I don't know. Every other fight was garbage. What's up, Bitsy? Honestly, I would love to see Jesse Butler versus Islam Makhachev in Abu Dhabi. Jesse Butler looked like a world beater against Jim Miller. Yeah, you're right. Or the guy that's fighting Brito, Joe Anderson Brito. Maybe him after a little loss. Henry could have fought someone like Cruz. Fair enough. Who do you think Cruz should fight? I don't know. I don't know. I got to look up the rankings. I had a matchup the other day for him, but now I can't think of one. Maybe a Ricky Simone. Or maybe Adrian Yanez, a.k.a. Yanez. I think that kind of makes sense. Or Piotr Yan. I like Dominic Cruz, Piotr Yan. I would love Cruz versus Sean O'Malley. You think Piotr Yan will accept a fight with Cheeto? Yes. Cruz versus Sean O'Malley, anyone? Yes. Cruz versus Yanez. Exactly. Joe, aren't you pumped for Pena versus Pennington, the title? Ew. No, absolutely not. Cruz Marlon rematch. I mean, sure, why not? Cruz versus Cody retirement fight? Yeah, dude, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. How possible is it Dom steps in for 292? Very possible. I think Dom versus TJ was in Boston. Someone fact check that for me. All right, real quick, we're going to go over my full card picks. Marcellus is the defending donation champion from the 2 streams ago. So real quick. Let's go. Boom. Okay. Tapology. Right quick. Alrighty. Ew. Okay. I'm going through these picks like I'm talking 20 seconds per pick. Romanov versus Blagoy Ivanov. I'm going Romanov. I don't believe in him at all. He's a garbage can. He doesn't even look like he's training. Blagoy Ivanov may pull it out. It's striker versus grappler. I think Romanov, if he doesn't win in the first round, he probably loses and gasses out. But I think the wrestling of Romanov will be good enough to get Ivanov down in the first round and get a submission. I'm going Alexander Romanov via submission. Ivana Petrovic versus Luana Carolina. Luana Carolina is a garbage can. Lost to Joanne Wood. Lost to Molly McCann. Got finished by Molly McCann. Ivana Petrovic is actually decent but hasn't fought great competition. I am going Petrovic via submission. She's got cardio. She's gone 5 rounds. Her last fight, I believe, was 4 rounds title fight in Aries FC or whatever the hell that organization's called. She's 6-0. But Luana Carolina is 8-4. So I think Petrovic gets it done with her grappling, gets a submission. I'm going to say 3rd round submission because Luana Carolina slows down and Petrovic has good cardio. Moving up on the card, Guram Kutateladze versus Elvis Brenner. Going Kutateladze, great striking. Elvis Brenner's decent, but, you know, he's on a 3-fight winning streak. But he goes getting outstriked by Zubara Tuhugov. Guram Kutateladze, very good striker. He's coming off a loss to Demir Magulov. Could have won either way. I'm going Guram Kutateladze, 1st round TKO. Moving up the card, Yana Santos versus Carol Rosa. Grappler versus striker. Yana Santos is 33 years old. Carol Rosa is 28 years old. Yana's on a 2-fight losing streak. Got dominated in the grappling by Holly Holm. Got dominated by Irene Aldana and finished. Carol Rosa, coming from 45, had a close fight with Norma Dumont. She's going to out-grapple her, beat her up on the ground. I'm going Carol Rosa via decision. Joe Anderson Brito versus Weston Wilson. 1st round KO for Joe Anderson Brito. Weston Wilson has no business even being in there with Brito. He's going to get smashed badly. The level of competition he's fought, the level he's at, and plus he's 34 years old. Joe Anderson Brito, 1st round TKO. Moving up on the card, Kevin Lee versus Renat Fakhretdinov. I'm going Renat Fakhretdinov. But if Kevin Lee is even a shell of his former self when he was actually good, he might be able to pull this off. But I think Renat Fakhretdinov is going to just grind on him against the fence, get him down, beat him up. Kevin Lee's a good wrestler, so it might be a lot of clinch work, but I think Kevin Lee will slow down. And I think Fakhretdinov wins a decision. I just don't think Kevin Lee's good anymore. He fought against Diego Sanchez, and it was close. So, I mean, he's going to get destroyed. Moving up the card, Nursultan Aruzaboev versus Bruno Ferreira. Nursultan, 32 of 34 wins by finish, but he's got a padded record. So he's 29 years old. His last win was against a guy who's 12-12. Bruno Ferreira, 10-0, undefeated, all wins by stoppage. Brutally KO'd Gregory Rodriguez. Ruzaboa, very heavy on the lead leg, very susceptible to leg kicks. Bruno Ferreira, great leg kicks, great power in his hands. Ruzaboa, much taller. I'm assuming a much bigger reach. He has a 6-inch height advantage, but there's no reach listed for him. I think Bruno Ferreira finishes him. I think he chops the legs. 2nd round leg kick TKO for Bruno Ferreira. Moving up the card, Benoit Saint Denis versus Ismail Bonfim. Benoit is an absolute savage. His last few fights have been absolute savagery. He took a lot of damage versus Elizeu Zaleski. He's 27 years old. Has a height and slight reach advantage. A slight height and reach advantage. But Ismail Bonfim, very technical on the feet, has good power. I think he's a bit overrated coming off a Terrence McKinney win. I think Benoit Saint Denis can win this fight, but I'm going Ismail Bonfim via decision. I don't think he gets a finish. I think Saint Denis is just too durable. Ariana Lipski versus Melissa Gatto. I'm going Lipski via decision. I think Gatto's going to try to grapple. I think Lipski's been improving. I think she's getting better. She's 29 years old. I think she has better striking. I think she has decent movement. I think she'll be able to stuff the takedown. I think it'll be a close fight, and I think she'll win via decision. Moving up the card, Max Griffin versus Michael Morales. Don't be shocked if Max Griffin somehow wins this, but he's 37 years old. He's much slower. Michael Morales has crazy KO power in his hands, coming off that win over Adam Fugit. This is a showcase fight for Michael Morales. I think he gets it done in the first round. Brutal KO. Catches him with a big shot on the feet. Probably a punch. Drops him, finishes him at ground and pound. But don't be surprised if Max Griffin somehow exposes Michael Morales. Moving up on the card, co-main event, Damir Ismagulov versus Grant Dawson. What a fight. What a fight. What a fight. Grant Dawson's overrated, though. Dude beat Mark Madsen. Had a close fight with Jarrett Gordon before he got the finish. It was a competitive fight. Maybe not close, but competitive. Damir Ismagulov, I think he could literally fight for a title tomorrow. He's not going to, but I'm saying he's that good. Very well-rounded. Good anti-grappling. Even against Saryukian, who's a very good grappler. And Saryukian controlled him with the grappling, don't get me wrong, and just constantly shot him on takedowns. But Damir was able to scramble back to his feet. I don't think Grant Dawson will be able to hold Damir down. I think it's an easy win for Damir. I think Grant Dawson will slow down from the labored takedowns over the course of the fight. And I'm going Damir Ismagulov, third round TKO. Moving up on the card, main event, Sean Strickland, Abus Magomedov. Sean Strickland, top 10 ranked middleweight. Abus, one fight in the UFC, unranked fighter. Everything says Strickland. My mind says Strickland. I picked him against Nasruddin Imavov. I picked him to lose to Jared Cannonier. I picked him to lose to Alex Pereira. I picked him to beat Jack Hermanson. So I'm 4-0. In the last 4 fights, I'm 4-0 picking Sean Strickland fights. But he has way more experience, fought higher level of competition, but I just can't get over him plotting forward like this. I think Abus is one of those guys that's very good but hasn't fought the best competition yet. I think he's an absolute sniper on the feet. He's a finisher. He's very dynamic, front kicks, mixes in the leg kicks, mixes in the hands, has decent grappling as well. Sean Strickland's just one-dimensional. Walk forward, just attempt to box. And I think Abus Magomedov's going to catch him in the second round. Left hand maybe around the guard, similar to Alex Pereira. He's going to hurt him badly and finish him. I'm going Abus Magomedov, second round TKO. For the main event, I have a full breakdown and prediction on the channel, solely focused on the main event. I also have a full card prediction video where I break down every single fight in depth. If you want to go check that out, that's also on the channel. And if you want to check it out, I would greatly appreciate it. Get those views up before the fight card tomorrow. So there you go. Now back to the chat. Back to the chat. Let me actually take a look. Let me take a look real quick. What did the full card prediction video do? It did about 2,000 views. Not great, not horrible. What did the main event prediction do? About 2,000 views. They both picked up a decent amount of subscribers, believe it or not. I don't know why I didn't get pushed more in the algorithm. Mega pause. Renat is going to grind on Kevin. Mega pause. Anyway, there's the full card predictions, boys. There is the full card predictions. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, blah, blah, blah. What am I looking at? What is this about? Yeah, Sean does plot forward like that, but his defense is actually, with that shoulder roll and throwing his arms up to block, not effective at all. But, you know, I think Sean still gets it done. Okay. Is Guram the real deal? I think he's pretty good. I definitely agree with you about Abus possibly catching Strickland in the second round, but I hope Strickland can somehow win by decision. But you're right about that. Fair enough. An excellent breakdown. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thoughts on Canelo versus Charlo? I don't even know who Charlo is, so I don't have any thoughts. But apparently the boxing community is happy about it. Anything new in Hamzat? Not that I know of. Oh, I see what you're asking in the Discord. Saint Denis is durable, but only reason he survived that one fight is because of the ref. Otherwise, he would have lost TKO. Agreed. We just talked about that earlier there. Okay, let's see what else I missed in the chat while I was looking at fights. Henry could have fought someone like Cruz. Joey, aren't you pumped? Okay, read that last. Who just fought? Well, not willing to help another channel, Joey. Like, you stole all homeless people's... What are you talking about? What did you say? You retracted your message. What is he talking about? Does anybody know? Does anyone know what the retracted message said? Like, what are you talking shit? I don't even know what the channel is. Oh, okay. I don't know. Does anybody know what that retracted message from Lost Soul MMA means? Wow, not willing to help another channel. What did you ask, dude? I didn't even see it. I just came back from doing my predictions. You clown. Honestly, let's do Cruz versus Jalen. Stop. Since Adrian Yanez lost via KO, you think they will give him a fight where he's obviously betting favorite or more of a coin flip fight? Probably more of a coin flip fight. Maybe Ricky Simone. Maybe Cruz. Excellent breakdown. I think Guram beat Gamrot and Ismagulov. I thought he lost to Gamrot, actually. Boxing is finally making insane fights. I'm happy. Wants to collab. Ooh, ew. Greetings. What's up? Armin versus Olives prediction. I'm going Olives. I'm going Charles Oliveira. For sure. That's a fun fight, though. Boy, would there be a lot of great scrambles. I just think Charles Oliveira's striking would be too much for him. Ew. I like how that's become like a staple of the channel now. Me just screaming, ew. I should just do that for like one post fight. Like one fight per post fight. Whatever the shittiest fight on the card is. Yeah. Imagine if I started doing a series like breaking down in detail the worst fight on every card. I feel like Abus doesn't start Sean in under a round and a half. It's going to start rolling downhill. We'll see. He hasn't really shown like massive holes in his cardio, but the problem is he's been very inactive over the last few years. So, Sai give Abu a run for his money. I don't know. I watched that, but I don't even remember at this point. I've already went through so much in my head since then. And that was 4 years ago. What does that really matter? Abus will KO Strickland. You've been warned. Joey, you're at work. Put your phone away. I was texting your mother. She was asking me to come to bed. I'd probably go Armin over Oliveira. Fair enough. That's a tough fight to pick. Gamrot versus Vaziev and Benny versus Armin. I'm going Armin over Beneil, and I'm going Gamrot over Vaziev probably. Tough episode 6 leak. Connor's about to be 0-6. I saw that. I saw that, boys. That's the way it goes, I guess. That's just the way it is. I called this entire season of The Ultimate Fighter from jump. I mean, you can go back and there's video evidence of all of it. I told you this season was going to be garbage. I told you that it didn't matter. I told you that they weren't even going to fight at the end of the year. And that's exactly... And I told you Connor was just showing up enough to be on camera. Dude doesn't even care about being there, okay? Dude doesn't even care to be there. Thoughts on SoCal? Whenever I think about SoCal, I just start to get in the utmost unbelievable pleasure. Gamrot or Armin versus Oliveira would be amazing to see. Agreed. Picture this, Joe Martinez and Verna Janarobas full guard. Okay. Stylistically, which could cause the biggest upset currently? Of what? I think this chat said they were not fighting first in the MMA community. Dude, I said it from day one that it was announced, which is crazy. Connor's not even the corner of the tough fighter. He wears a suit walking around the octagon away from his team. Not much of a coach to me. Dude's a clown. They did it as a ratings grab, and it failed, too. Because nobody cares. I mean, the ratings are horrible. It's getting less ratings than Power Slap did. Dude, I like that idea. I like that idea. Move it to July 15th. Joe, would you consider pulling his crypto scam on us? Absolutely not, dude. No way, shape, or form. Sucks Brady pulled out. I know. Do you think Dricus could beat Whitaker at elevation? The question is, do you think Whitaker could beat Dricus? I mean, that's an easy win for Dricus, especially at elevation. Yeah, most def, I can't bear home versus Silva. Joey looks like the typical power slap contestant. Yeah, your mother's really attracted to those guys. Joey, can you do your best Anik impression introducing Bonfim brothers? An impression of John Anik introducing the Bonfim brothers. Damn. Asking for a John Anik Bonfim impersonation with no dono? What do I look like, a charity here? Is that what I look like to you? Huh? Is that what I look like, Benji? Brady's actually good. That he is. Do you think Demir can go far at 155? Before the Armin fight, I thought he could be bound. Well, he was bound to be a top contender. I think he can be a top contender. I don't know what's going on with the talk of retirement, not retirement. What's going on? Did you see the clip of Chandler was one of the fighters in a meeting trying to discuss what should happen because Connor's fighter missed weight? Connor chose not to show up, so forced forfeit. I did not know that. How bad is the Brady injury? We don't know. If Jair wins, how possible is it we get a turnaround and they do a rematch on September 16th? 0. I don't think they would put that on a free card. I don't think they would. But it's possible. Connor has taken too many L's. Dude, Connor's a clown. Do you like Joe Martinez? Is that even a question? I'm sure Ismagulov has 2 fights left in his contract. I think he's trying to fight out his contract. Maybe. If Yair wins, they do it in December. Probably. November, December. Maybe MSG. I wish Yair wins so we can see Olives versus Islam 2 and not Volk. Fair enough. I just bought in a Joey coin. Yeah, if you guys want the utmost information on the crypto, send a donation quick. You want an NFT? You want an MMA Joey NFT? I'll sell you some snake oil while we're at it too. What a weird world we live in now. There's so many YouTubers out there scamming people. And what's crazy to me is people just let them get away with it. Their channels should be destroyed. Why aren't their channels destroyed? Like, you're scamming your entire community. Why aren't you being destroyed? Why aren't people stop watching? Disgusting, disturbing. Yeah, that's my thoughts. That is my thoughts. I made Joey's NFT. You could sell off live stream clips. Yeah. Joey, have you tapped into season 3? No. I don't even watch TV. Yeah, not you though. Also, when do we go on our all-inclusive vacation? Well, you're not a member, so you're not invited. People are actually living a happy life on social media in some universe. Dude, people are way too obsessed with social media nowadays. How likely is it on a scale from 1 to 10 that Conor McGregor gets one last high-profile win before he retires, and whom do you think it would most likely be against? Scale from 1 to 10, 3 or 4, closer to 3, and probably Michael Chandler. Maybe that fight happens next year, and maybe he somehow KOs him. Would be my guess. But dude, Conor ruined his entire career. People say, oh, he did this and this and that and this and that, and he's the biggest star of all time. Dude, he squandered it. And I know people are gonna say, "Oh, he's a millionaire or whatever. He didn't squander it." He could have done so much more. Like, he's a footnote in MMA history. He could have been, like, he'll be remembered, but, like, he grew to superstardom and then disappeared and then basically never really returned at full speed ever again. A YouTube video I used to watch scammed his viewers out of like 100K with NFTs. That's crazy. Joey, have you considered leaving the country? What, for like going on vacation or something? Yeah, but I haven't. I think Marcellus is in here. He's the defending donation champ from 2 streams ago. Somebody needs to donate 99 cents right now, and then we can have another donation battle. I want the donation battles. They're the best. Where start at 99 cents, and then everyone that sends a super chat's got to talk shit to the person before them. Marcellus is defending champion. I think he threw out a 19.99 dono. I bet you they do Conor versus Gaethje for the BMF belt next year. It wouldn't shock me. I'm glad they made a Conor McGregor documentary before he became more of a clown. Dude, I didn't even watch that shit. I can't believe fans even like that stuff. UFC's definitely scummy for selling NFTs to their fans. Don't challenge me unless you're ready for a Boston Crab. Yeah, somebody's just got to start it. It's only 99 cents. Somebody's got to start the donation battle with 99 cents. Conor has... It was hilarious the other day. Conor has the classic Mike Tyson story, does he? Thoughts on Romanov barely making weight? Dude, I'm not even sure this dude's training. I'm not even sure this dude is training. And didn't he have like a Paddy Pimblett bowl cut too? That's a recipe for disaster. We saw what Zumagulov did. That's a recipe for disaster. It wouldn't shock me if Romanov dies in the cage. He has a heart attack after the first 2 minutes. You think Guram could be top 5 or just another hype train? I don't know about top 5. But he could be ranked for sure. Romanov fighting out of the Burger King? Yeah. Fighting out of Burger King's menu. Dude, that's crazy. To be a full-time fighter. I mean, dude, imagine telling people you're a professional athlete. That's crazy to me. He looked good, like what, 2 fights ago, 3 fights ago? He looked good. Good shape and everything. For heavyweight, at least. Conor was driven by goals he set when he was poor. Conor has no plans for what he wanted to do it after fighting Mayweather. Yeah, dude, money brought out who he truly was. Money brought out who he truly was. And it sucks. Did anyone see the picture of a ticket from years ago? I don't know if it was real or fake. And it was like, it was written on a ticket. It was like, refused to pull over, and then pulled into the McDonald's drive-thru and began ordering. It was like a ticket he got from a cop. Do you think JDM gets an opponent? If so, whom? Kevin Holland, Neil Magny, or Chris Curtis? Gun to my head, maybe Chris Curtis. That's what I would probably go with. Honestly, they'll probably do Magomed versus Yuri and then give the title shot to a winner. Alex P versus Jan B. They'll do Magomed versus Yuri. Now, they're going to do Yuri versus Jamal Hill at this point, I would think. Bring back Khabib, prime Tony, get Jones fight, and Hamzat versus Shavkat, but Oliveira never wins again. But Oliveira never wins again. Probably take it. Unfortunately, sorry. Can't wait to stay up till 5 a.m. to watch Max Holloway butcher TKZ. Ew. If you go back in time and put any one fighter on Titan sub, whom would you choose? Dude, I'm not wishing death upon anyone ever. So, I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Last time Conor was actually great was 2020 versus Cerrone. He wasn't even great, dude. Cerrone was a bum then. And checked out. Cerrone was a bum and checked out. Would you be down for JDM versus Pyfer at a catchweight prediction? And he is Brady's training partner? Dude, that sounds fun. I think I've suggested that fight before, matter of fact. Who would I go with? I'd probably go Joe Pyfer. I'd go Joe Pyfer. Would you sort of like Conor again and become a fan of him if he became humble the whole time and became active, kind of like when he fought Cerrone or Dustin in the rematch? I don't know, dude. Probably not, dude. I don't like people who... Like, I would just think he was just faking it because people stopped liking it. I really think Conor is just... He's just a victim of his own success. And I think he's truly showed his true colors. And anything else is just an act. And I honestly think he's on drugs, too. Like, you can't convince me he's not on drugs. JDM should just wait until Australia and rebook the Brady fight. That's what I'm thinking, too. I think they're going to do JDM versus Magny. Maybe. We'll see what happens, as Dana White will say. I'm just sad in general. So, who are your top under-the-radar fighters today, i.e. exciting but underappreciated? Natalia Silva. Damn. Three? No, not three. Who are your top under the radar fighters today? Exciting but under the radar. I think Natalia Silva is one of them. Nobody even ever talks about her. I think she could be a future champion. Who else is under the radar, does not get enough credit? I feel like Jalen Turner doesn't get enough credit. He's one of the most exciting fighters out there. I'm trying to think really like kind of unknown. I don't know. I can't think of one. I feel like Yair doesn't get enough credit, to be honest. He's probably like top 5, if not top 10 most exciting fighters. You should do a video about top underrated fighters. I know, dude. I had that video idea for a while now. I just haven't had a chance. You should do a video. Okay, JDM versus Chris Curtis, early prediction. Dude, that's such a tough fight to pick if it happens. Chris Curtis is so defensively responsible. JDM has nuclear power, basically. A bit of an exaggeration. But that's the toughest test of JDM's career, you know. Chris Curtis ain't no Randy Brown. Whoever I pick, I would go decision. I'd probably go JDM decision just because the short notice. But also, who knows what weight class it would be at. JDM versus Jesse Butler. Yeah, sign me up. Who do you think Conor's roadmap would have been if he didn't go to Floyd? Probably would have got mauled by Habib in his next... I don't even know if they would give Habib the next title shot. I don't remember the layout at the time. Probably would have got mauled by Habib, though. Conor's definitely doing some sniff. That's for sure. Brandon Royval and Manel Kopp. Brandon Royval, every time I talk about him in a prediction video, I talk about how under the radar he is. Brandon Royval is a good one. Manel Kopp, I mean, there was some shit moments in his fight where he's like taunting and not throwing. Brandon Royval, one of the most exciting under the radar fighters. I'm glad you said that. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Let me go to MMA World Rankings. Their website is completely shit. Let's go to lightweight real quick. Last year, I would have said Ilia Topuria. Definitely not Clay Guida and his boys. Let me just look through different... Well, let's go to bantamweight. Mario Batista is pretty exciting. I'll say Ayman Zahabi. Ayman Zahabi's pretty exciting too. Daniel Santos. Boom. There's another one. Is Chris Curtis really that much better than Randy? I think he is. Way better. I think people are way too high on Randy Brown. How would Conor versus Tony have gone if they fought after the Eddie fight, like early 2017? Either Conor would have found a way to finish him early, or Tony would have absolutely bitched him in like the third and fourth round. I would have gone Tony by like late finish, like third or fourth round finish, maybe fifth round finish. I think it would have been bad for Tony early, but that he would have just kept marching forward and marching forward and marching forward. Royval versus Albazi, who wins? That's a close fight. Albazi probably out-grapples him, but I don't know. Royval is sneaky. He could find a guillotine or something. Which fighter is certainly on the juice other than Conor? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Conor versus Jorge, they fought in 2020. Jorge. That was the fight to make. I just don't know why the UFC never made that. That's a massive blunder. That is a massive, massive, massive blunder by the UFC. It's disturbing. I can't believe it. Yeah. Didn't Conor want to fight Usman too? No, he wanted to fight Woodley at one point in time. He would have got slaughtered by Woodley at that time too. How does in the world does Chandler continue to have so much success? He's genuinely terrible. There are so many holes in his game. People played it smart. They would slaughter him. Because Chandler's just a savage, dude. Say what you will about him. He's corny. He's an idiot. But he's just a savage. He just presses forward. He has unbelievable power. He forces guys to make mistakes. I wish there was an accurate way to see the rankings past 15. MMA World Rankings is the best way that... I mean, it's not completely accurate, but who cares? The regular rankings aren't accurate. MMA World Rankings is where I look, Jack. Conor vs. Robbie in 26. Robbie would have slaughtered him bad. Robbie would have slaughtered him badly. Yeah. So there you go. It's almost 2 a.m. It's looking like it's about to be that time to hit the old dusty trail, the old dusty proverbial trail. All right, I can't do it anymore. I was seeing how long I could do that before someone started to say something. Like, I just drank my water for like 30 seconds. Even RDA could have beaten Conor too. I think if RDA didn't pull out, Conor would have never became champion. Why didn't anybody say anything? I was waiting for someone to say, like, what the fuck is going on here? I was just drinking my water in small little sips for like 45 seconds. I told this story before, but one time I stayed in the shower for like an hour until my fiance finally came to check on me, and I said, I could have died. I could have slipped and hit my head, and I would have died. I was so pruny, all because I was just waiting for her to say something. Waiting for her to come and see, like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you still in the shower? I literally sat in there for like over 45 minutes. That water looked tasty AF. I was about to say, bro's thirsty. Imagine rewatching that and seeing that right now. That's going to be like, if someone is rewatching this stream tomorrow and they see that, well, let me know what you were thinking when it was going on in the comments. Yeah, just trying to wet my whistle, you know. Pleasuring. When you're pleasuring dozens of grown men in a single sitting, you got to keep your mouth nice and wet. Let me stop immediately. It's crazy to think that guys like Dustin, Conor, Max, Usman, Leon, Brandon, Pantoja, even more all fought each other early in their careers and how big they become. Imagine they made Bo versus Pyfer. I thought you were Westworld Robot. Yep. That is true, dude. It's weird how that happens. Like, guys go on to become, you know, elite world-class fighters when they fought each other early in their careers. It's so weird how many fights we may never get that we would have liked. You know, because we're never going to get every fight that we would like. Can you explain what is a shillelagh? It is a wooden fighting stick that they used to use back in Ireland. And they used to get into fights. And they used to fight with each one would have a stick, a shillelagh. And as soon as you were about to come out, you'd be like, my name is Finlay, and I like to fight. Insert bagpipes noises, and then you would brandish your shillelagh. I want to see Petrosky versus Nickel. I love the idea of Petrosky versus Nickel. Conor versus GSP or Silva would have been huge. GSP would have mopped the floor with Conor at any point in time. Conor versus Silva would never happen in a million years. And at no point was it even making sense. I'm dying. I am dying. Dude, I'm dying. Alex, if you're in here right now, dude, I'm dying at your message. Joe, do you like when Dana announces but for when you buy your shillelagh for the channel? I have to order it soon. I was actually looking at it yesterday. I couldn't decide which one I wanted. But I have to order it soon. There's quite a few that I like, but I don't... There's like 2 that I really like, but I don't know which one I want, to be honest. But I even added one to my cart, and then I started to check out, and I was like, I don't know, I kind of like this one. So then I was like, let me sit on it for a couple days. Let me sit on it. There's quite a few that are pretty damn good. Support a local business and buy a nice black torn shillelagh. I think I like this one. It's the first one. This one's pretty sweet. It's one of a kind. It's a one-of-a-kind black torn shillelagh. Geez, this one's pretty fucking sweet. I think I like this one. I don't know, though. I might like that one. I think the best shillelagh in the world would be one you would it yourself. Yeah, I guess so, but I'm going to have to buy one. What do you think of Li Jingliang versus JDM for 290? I like that idea, but it's probably not going to happen. All this time I thought shillelagh was a pro wrestling thing. Yeah, exactly. It's a fighting stick. My name is Finley. Crazy to hear a guy can contemplate and sit on a couple days about what a shillelagh he prefers most. Exactly. I think I like this one. This one's pretty slick. I'll post it in the Discord. Give me 1 second. What do you guys think? I kind of like that one. I put it in the random tab in Discord. They should push back whatever fight JDM gets to headline July 15th. Yes, 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 yes. You could hand down your hand-whittled shillelagh to your grandchildren. It would become like their heirloom. Well, I can do that with my my one I buy. I don't have access to black torn wood from Ireland. I need it straight from Ireland. I think that one looks pretty slick, the one I just sent. Someone said, is that a shillelagh? Bro, Jeremiah abusing the breaking news tab right now. What a clown that is. I'm not buying carbon fiber. I'm buying a legit one. Imagine breaking news. I just got a shillelagh. Remember this Saturday, number 7 ranked middleweight Sean Strickland takes one. Up and coming Dagestani monster Abus Magomedov. You don't want to miss it. Okay? Can a shillelagh be any stick? I'm not sure on the exact. For me, a shillelagh is a piece of wood from Ireland that is made into. What message did we say there? I heard they sell shillelaghs in the public restrooms of the NBA Finals. Sounds about right. Thoughts on Chris Curtis versus JDM? I love it, but I don't like Curtis taking another short notice fight. He's taken plenty in the UFC, and I just think it's not conducive for a career. But I hope he gets paid. I hope he gets paid. But it's a banger of a fight, to be honest. It should be a good fight. Should be a good fight. I think it will be a banger. But guys, we've gone 2 hours tonight. I think it's about time for me to hit the old dusty trail. I'll be live tomorrow. I'm going to try to go live early. I don't know what time. Prelims start at 4. I'm going to try to go live somewhere between 4 and 6. Rather than just for the main card at 7. Who knows? Maybe I'll go live for most of the card. I don't know yet. So join me tomorrow for my UFC live stream watch along. Sean Strickland versus Abus Magomedov. Like this stream on your way out. I will be releasing a video tomorrow afternoon grading UFC 290. So you'll get my grade for UFC 290 tomorrow. Sleep well, Joey. The MMA community needs you at your full strength. That they do. That they do. Sorry, Stian. I'm sorry you just got here. I'm out of here. Go back and watch the entire stream. It's 2 hours. We went 2 hours tonight. We went too long. I pleasured you guys for 2 hours straight. I mean, seriously. But make sure you guys come tomorrow. Pause. Make sure you guys come watch tomorrow. Big pause. Anyway, good night. Goodbye. Like the stream on your way out. Subscribe to the channel on your way out. I appreciate every single one of you. And I will talk to you tomorrow in the live stream for Sean Strickland versus Abus Magomedov. Good night.